am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, move it. We making movies, moving. I get a chance to take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, movie. One shot, movie. That's all.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mills from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So time to start going to the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They hand this off to Harris. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another 1st down. Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So important in this league to capitalize on the other team's mistakes. So here they force the turnover on the opening drive, then come right down and score.
And I would add that it's important to capitalize on other teams' mistakes early. That way, you build confidence for yourself and your team. You start playing a little more freely. And you let the other guys know we're prepared to play.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On 1st and 10, Mills. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down, right near the 24. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Desmond King back deep. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the...
This is intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust, because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Following the fumble recovery, Mills. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll try to run with Harris. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Ready.
This is Harris on the draw, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
14, Texans, nothing. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Desmond King to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Mills now looks to throw on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Texans at 500 hit 6-6. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind in the best way.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. The 30. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
54 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
He finds Pickens over the middle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
Let's go now. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. And Boswell has this one going left, no good. He missed it left, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
Looked like he might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash because you've got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now, start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
1st down, Mills. Repeat of the last play, going to Mechie here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's underneath to Pierce. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Mills. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Second down and goal. Mills. The pass finds Mechie in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Texans get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. The extra point up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 10. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Steelers. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. King going to look to bring it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. He gets this one to Mechie. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mills now. He gets it to Cooks. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. throwing. Mills. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Complete. It's Johnson. And another juke. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. An option handoff given to Harris. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. Mills to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now a first down carry for Harris. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play. I think most teams would take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
A great effort there, with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Steelers have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
After the sack on first down, Mills. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Suddenly it's 1stNGold after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd-and-goal.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Let's go now. Bring it.
They run for it with Harris, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. They gave it to him in search of his third touchdown, but he's denied, and this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Now Mills on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he stopped immediately there. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run again with Harris. Stiff-armed him. And some space here. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 31,
Mills.
he's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw is Mills. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Mills on 1st down.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
On a slant, here's Collins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 40 now on second down, Mills. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Mills to throw it. This will be complete to Mechie. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On play action, Mills. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
The tackle made back at the 39-yard line.
Another try after the first down sack. Mills gets the dump off to Pierce. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. To throw, Mills. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Play action now, Mills. This ball caught by Mechie. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth-quarter deficit. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
22 yards there, a first down. Mills.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Here's Mills. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Mills, 4th down, got to have it.
He's got a man, complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Steelers, the win pushes their record